What's happening, everyone? It's Bitter Online. In this video, I'm going to show you some new secrets and hints at Marvel's upcoming releases. So if you want your mind to be blown, stay tuned in this video. I also just want to say a massive thank you to you. Yes, you who are watching this video. Yesterday, we gained over 500 subscribers and getting that one step closer every single time to my 10k goal. If you find any of these useful, consider hitting subscribe. But let's jump straight into the video. Okay, so the first one we're going to look at is in Retail Row. Now, as we all know, the henchmen that were in the map have gone. At least that's what you thought. Not all of them have actually left, and in fact, it gets quite sad when you find one of them at the back of Retail Row. So what you want to do is when you eventually land, you want to go to the back of Retail in the far left shop. When you get to this shop here, as I'll show you now, there's going to be a wooden wall. Break this wooden wall down, and behind the actual wall itself, you will see a lonely henchman dancing and feeling sorry for himself. Now, I just want to point out that in this section here, it's not just the fact that obviously he's on his own now. You've got the spider web in the top left corner and the ghost nod back to when the henchmen were actually guarding the agency. Now, although October's coming up, Halloween season's coming up, the spiderwebs have been confirmed to be linked to Spider-Man. That's why you find the majority of them in the agency. Moving on to the next one, this is Black Panther related. We're going to head just left of Misty Meadows. I'm going to shoot on over to there, but the reason being is Hypex released this image. It's an X marks the spot. He put a landmark called Panther Monument will be at this place at some point. Now, in case you didn't know, the Wakanda has a tower very similar to this mountain shape. Now, apparently what's going to happen is Black Panther theme is going to come in. I have a feeling a massive battle is going to take place in Fortnite, which we're all going to see and be a part of. Because at the end of the day, who wouldn't want to be a part of the final Avengers Assemble battle? We are going to move over to the Authority in the center of the map. Now, when I got here, the henchman was already dead, but there is a henchman that is crying when you get here. However, what I mainly wanted to show you guys is this little shrine which you will find here to Brutus. Now, as we all know, you've got his helmet, you've got a picture of him there. No longer is it even occupied in the center. The Authority is completely a ghost town. However, the walls around the outside have gone. The reason for this, apparently, is because Stark Industries is buying that piece of land, and you're going to see the old Avengers Tower. Next up, we're going to head over to the robots, as I called them, but seriously, the Sentinels, down in the middle of the map. Now, the reason why we're going back here, as you'll see now, is although I said yesterday, you know, you can go from the hands, it's got like a loop, a circle going on, there was so much more that I didn't even realize was happening. Now, a little bit of background. In case you didn't know, the Sentinels were actually the arch enemy most hated by Wolverine, or the Wolverine. In the original comics, the Wolverine wore glasses, and as you can see, this has been an updated POI in the past 4 hours. You can see his glasses are actually downstairs in the living room on the side of the fireplace. Now, the reason why this is important is because so far there's been hinted at 4, possibly 5 characters that have landed in the map. Now, this confirms that Wolverine, as we saw, is going to be a playable character. People have been suspecting that he might not necessarily be playable, perhaps even a boss in the map, very similar to what people think Iron Man could be. But no, he is going to be a playable character that we can use ourselves. But how do we know that it's actually him that took down the Sentinels? Well, if you head over to the Sentinel that I'm about to go to now, you can see on quite a few of them the actual claw marks from the Wolverine on their faces, on their limbs, as you can see right here. So I'm really excited to see what Wolverine is going to bring to the game. There's already been massive leaks of his abilities and some actual reskins going through the early comics until modern day, which I think would be amazing and awesome included in every character. Now, next up, I don't know if anyone has noticed this, but there's a shining light in the distance that you can see on the map. I zoomed in creative mode or replay mode after, and it is literally just a purple shining light in the distance. As we can see from the teaser trailer, it is indeed Galactus. I think he is going to come and try and destroy the planet or Fortnite map, and you as the Avengers are going to try and protect the island and everything that's in it. Next up, we're going to go over to this far corner right behind where Coral Castle is. And I'm not sure what this actually means, and that is why I've put this in this video. I actually need your guys' help on this. I really cannot work out what this means. However, I do think there's a link to Ultron, and here is why. When you land to this island, you're going to think it's just a plain old island. However, when you head over more north, you will see this kind of weird rubble and a weird noise and sound that happens. And you actually get an achievement which is called "Oh No ... Now, also, you can see the corals have a ripped up faces. Their faces are kind of half robot, half mechanic. I think this is a hint to Ultron. Now, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. However, Ultron was the massive battle, and I think this is the ruins from that battle and a little hint. Anyway, that is it for those hints. Let's move on to the Silver Surfer leak. So, Hypex on Twitter released this. It is the Silver Surfer, which is coming to the game. Now, this would make so much sense for the storyline. After all, he is the one that is going to be able to defend against the upcoming threat that is in that distance, in that light. So I'm really excited to see him come to the game. I also love his pickaxe, and aesthetically, it is very pleasing to look at. But moving on, I don't know if you've noticed, guys, but there are panels popping up around the map. Now, these panels actually form a circle covering all the way from the tip of the Authority all the way to Cracky Cliffs. Now, I think this is going to be a area of effect, very similar to what we've had with the other effects, very similar to what we've had in the past, for example, the Comet. I think that this is going to have where the battle has taken place, very similar to the end game. I think this is going to be the area that's destroyed during the battle. Now, a little hint. This is found in the game files textures. Here is a feature of the Spiderman texture. Will we see a Spiderman skin in the future? Now, I do think we will. The reason being, this skin with the green eyes was actually featured in a Halloween edition comic that we have not seen for a very long time. It's a classic skin, and as I said, he is getting reskins. And our final leak of the video is if you go just outside of Frenzy Farm, you'll find where Iron Man is building them. And if we just take a look at this, it's very similar to Black Hole Theory. I think that Iron Man is trying to work out a way to get them off of this place and possibly escape back to their own reality. Anyway, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. It's been so fun to make this. But for now, I hope you all stay safe. I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Much love, everyone, and peace.